Okay, so my name is Vitaly. I'm the owner of Total Home Windows and Doors. We are in the market about like 15 years. Currently, we have like 10 teams, and we're doing right now about like 150 to 200 installation a month. So it's a lot. We have good reputation online. You can check us online on HomeStars, on Google reviews. Everything is good. Okay. So what I would like to present today, like because people like replace windows and doors probably one time, maybe twice a life. Okay, so people, they're not expert in the windows. So I would like to explain you what you have in the market today and what you need to pay attention when you select windows. I'll talk about the windows because doors is completely different subject. And really, like if you want to get information, you can come to our showroom. We can explain you more because doors, you can talk about like doors like 2-3 hours. Okay. So what you need to know about the windows. So when you select windows in the market, there are different types of the windows. There are wooden windows, vinyl windows, aluminum windows, right? Fiberglass windows, like all over the place. So the best really windows in the market are wooden windows, okay? But unfortunately, we live in Canada, right? And it's very, very cold climate. So wooden windows you need to maintain. And people really don't want to maintain these windows. But in Europe, for example, in the warm countries, they use wooden windows like for 150 years, and everything is good, right? So people today, and plus wooden windows is more expensive, right? You will spend a lot of money, like $100,000 for the big house, like to replace with wooden windows. So people today leaning towards like vinyl windows, and that's what we actually like selling the most. I have like different, I have windows from the Europe. I have also aluminum windows, and now for the modern house we install aluminum windows as well. But mostly what I want to talk about is vinyl windows, okay? So when you select vinyl windows, it's very, very important, okay? You have to make sure that windows made from UPVC material. U stands for unplasticized, so we have the brochure here. When you go to the first page, everything is here. So make sure you will get the brochure, so all the information will be there. U stands for unplasticized, so this is basically vinyl, doesn't bend, doesn't warp, nothing happened to this vinyl. And we give you lifetime manufacturer warranty on the vinyl itself, on the frames. So if any problem happens, the factory is obligated to come and replace window for free. You call us, we put a service call to the factory. If it's our problem, we come and do replacement. Really never happened to me. So it means like I'm doing this for 15 years. Really never happened to me like when vinyl was like bended or something, because we use a good one. The next one, what you need to select to pay attention, it's a profile. As many chambers as possible, okay? Because first of all, the heat and cold will not go through this. And another thing is like the structure, right? To support big glasses. So for example, with this profile, I can put like one big glass up to 50 square feet. So it will hold without any problem, okay? Next one, fusion welded corners, so no glue, no screws, it's welded in the factory properly. The finishes is important as well, okay? You can find many factories. What we use this Vinyl Pro factory. We are in partnership. They make for us, special, like only for us windows, okay? So it will come like with the sticker, Total Home Windows and Doors, and made by Vinyl Pro, okay? So you can look in the brochure. Next one, the glass. As you know, probably today you can get rebate for the glass, for the windows replacement. So you can get from the government $125 back per opening, not per window, per opening for the window with double glass, and $250 back per opening for triple glass. So you need to make sure that your windows, yeah.
Is that from the province? Or
no, from federal.
From where?
Federal.
Federal.
Yeah, yeah. You can go. It's called Greener Home Rebate Program, okay? Basically, all our windows, they qualify for Energy Star, and they qualify for the rebate program. When we come, we explain, we calculate the rebate also. But really, like the real deal is not the rebate, it's a loan, because they also give you 10 years interest-free loan for the windows replacement project, okay? Or doors, right? But the windows need to be eligible, installation need to be eligible. Okay, so what you need to know about the glass, okay? Very important, when you select the glass, make sure that with vinyl windows, you don't have metal inside. Metal spacer is not good. Why? Because hot, cold, In Canada, vinyl contract expands. When it's contract, it's push the metal. When it expands, metal cannot go back. The seal fails, air go inside. Air conduct heat and cold, you start seeing water between the glass, condensation, right? So the factory will give you 25 years, or lifetime. In Canada, it's 25 years, like a prison, you know. So the factory will give you 25 years warranty on the glass seal failure because we use this material. It's called super spacer, okay? And it's made of special structural foam, so it accommodates contraction and expansion, okay? So it's very, very important for vinyl windows. Wood windows, it's fine. Aluminum windows, it's fine because they do not contract and expand. But with vinyl, it's very important not to get something with metal here, okay? Next one, we fill with the argon gas, okay? And we put different type of low E glasses. So the one that qualify for the rebate, it's low E 180. It's about like 40% UV rays protection. However, some people tell me, you know what, like I'm experiencing a lot of sun, so please put me like a different type of the UV protection, like a little bit higher. So we have like low E 272. In the brochure, you will have like 40, low E 180, it's about 40% UV rays protection. Low E 272, it's about 75% UV rays protection. I have another one, low E 366, which is like about 95% UV rays protection. So for example, if you have like a house like facing south or sun all the day and you have like huge windows, I would suggest go with the higher low E to prevent from the UV rays to come to your home, okay? There's another type of UV protection, which is like, it's called low E I89. It's only like probably 3-4 years in the market. Basically on the surface, interior surface, we put special glass with the special UV protection. What it does, it reflects the heat back. Okay, so in the winter, so instead of like heat going out, right, it will reflect the heat back. Again, if you want to get like more into this subject, there is like government website. It's called nrcn.ca, Naturalists of Canada. So you can go there, you can find every style of the window and the manufacturer there, and you can see all the parameters there. It's all public information. So you can see energy rating, U factor, and how much sun transfer and everything. Usually people don't do this, but if you really want to compare different products, different companies, you can do it. It's there. Okay? Yeah, that's good. Now, what you need to pay attention when you select the windows also, you need to do research, right? Like in the video, do your own research. So you need to make sure that the company, long time in the business, right? You need to make sure that about the warranty. So you need to know who is the manufacturer. Because in our field, there are tons of people who make like windows and sell windows and install windows. You always need to find who is the manufacturer. Because usually people come, I'm the manufacturer. And it's not true, right? It's only like I know only 2 companies who manufacture and sell. The other companies just sell and install, right? So you need to make sure you know who is the manufacturer, and you need to make sure you're getting the warranty from this factory. Because if tomorrow this company do not exist, you're stuck. So you always, like, it's like you buy a fridge, stove, everything else. Like, you know, like this is, I don't know, TV Samsung, so you need to go to Samsung. That's the same as the window. You need to know the brand, okay? And go with the brand, not just go with the company who just do sales and installation, okay? That's very, very important. Now, what you need to pay attention from the warranty, like for example, what we provide lifetime warranty on the frames, lifetime warranty on the glass, all operators and handles has lifetime warranty as well, and lifetime warranty on the installation, okay? So any problems, like we come and do the service, okay? Like for example, what we did, like we bought our own truck for the service, like I put my best installer who has problem with the back, and he's going and do the services all the day. Trust me, when you do 150 installation a month, you have the services. The question is like really how you resolve it, okay? And that's what you need to find out. You look on the reviews, make sure you don't look on the good reviews, look there is no bad reviews, okay? That's because if you see like 1 bad, 10 good, 1 bad, 10 good, it's not really good, okay? From the installation perspective, what you need to pay attention, you need to pay attention that the installers, they belong to the company, not just subcontractors. Because, for example, Home Depot, they do also installation, but they always subcontract. And if you read in Home Depot paper, they give you only 1 year warranty on the installation. And if something happened after 1 year, people, you call to Home Depot, they say, no, it's not our problem. It's a problem of the installation in stock. I just had somebody like replaced 1.5 years ago, like big windows, like cost him like $7,000 for the bay window. It was leaking. Home Depot didn't come back. Just 1 year warranty on the installation, that's all. So you need to make sure that everything is written when you sign the contract, okay? There are different types of installations like brick to brick, retrofit. This is like, again, if you want to understand better, it's better like just to schedule free estimate in your home. We come, we inspect, we suggest. There are different options, okay, like different options for the window, different options for the basement windows. Basement windows, they're tricky. There are like 10 types of basement windows, okay, so you need to know what exactly to do. So this kind of details is better to get somebody professional in your home, okay, it's a free estimate. We come, explain, give an estimate, and then you know exactly what you will get. I just don't want to get to this kind of the details, okay? That's basically all what I wanted to present about the windows. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
What about doors?
Doors, again, there are, we do doors, right, as well. So what the question about doors? Like there are different styles, there are different materials, okay? So basically in the market we have here like, as far as I know, like wooden doors, steel doors, and fiberglass doors, right? So people go usually for fiberglass doors if they want to imitate look and feel of wooden door. Other than this, there is no point to go with fiberglass doors, right? Like because fiberglass doors, you can achieve like if it's coming with the texture, right? And we can stain it, okay? The only thing what you need to know about the fiberglass doors, very important to get fiberglass doors with multi-point lock. Never get fiberglass door without multi-point lock. Why? Because in Canada, outside cold, inside hot, so the fiberglass door may warp because it's a plastic. So we don't sell without multi-point lock, or we just sell and tell people you're on your own. Because the factory doesn't give you any warranty if you go with multi-point lock. It's written everywhere, okay? For the steel doors, like there are different combinations, like different designs. If you go, I have on my card the website. If you go to menu like doors, door catalog, I have like about like 12 catalogs there. Each catalog 116 pages. So basically what we have in the market, like anything what you want, we can achieve.
And do you also have doors for inside?
Inside we don't do, we do only exterior windows and doors. Yeah, interior doors, like it's basically like you can buy it from somebody from stock. There are so many companies. We're not in this business. We do only custom windows and doors. We don't sell from stock. Any other questions? Yeah.
I have a question about the outside doors.
Okay.
Let's say if we live in a dangerous part of the town, do we have to worry about what type of door we get, or it doesn't matter?
Yeah, so you're talking about the security, right? Yeah, so there are so many options like to achieve the security. Usually like people go for the solid door without the glass, or you can use laminated glass for the side lights or for the door. It just costs a little bit more money. What is laminated glass? Basically it's 3mm glass, film, and 3mm glass, right? This one glass 6mm with the film inside. So you can break it, but you cannot put your hand inside. So usually like when people experience like break-ins, like I always come for, like people call right away because they scare, they had a break-in, they always order from me solid door with 2 side lights and laminated glass. This is the most secure. But trust me, like everything can be broken, right? But usually like if people see this kind of the door, they don't try even, they go from the back. You cannot secure, but I have a lot of people, even windows, they order from me today with laminated glass on the basement and on the first floor. Second floor they don't do. Any other questions? Yes?
If you have really noisy neighbors,
If you have,
if you have really loud neighbors,
yeah, for soundproofing, right? So again, if you want to utilize the rebate, so the good option will be triple glass, like you can put even like 444. So it's 12mm glass, it will achieve. Make sure you get also casement windows, right? Not sliders, because sliders, they always has a gap, so it's less soundproofing. Casement, like proper. You need to make sure that the lock, okay, it's not just the lock, it just do the air tightness, you see? This is like 1, 2, 3, it needs to be air tighted properly, okay? And the best, really, it's laminated glass. It's not triple glass, it's laminated glass. But unfortunately, laminated glass, it's not qualified for the rebate. But laminated glass give you like 6 mm with the film, plus extra 4 mm, so total 10 mm. If you do like triple glass, 333, it's 9. If you do 444, it's 12. Okay, but the best, really, like go with laminated glass. This will achieve the best soundproofing.
Any more questions?
So if you want to get more information, we have a unit here, we have a showroom. You can come, you can call me, like book an appointment, whatever, right? We have currently we have like about 8 sales representatives. So we send them and they explain. It's free estimates. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for Improve Canada giving us this great opportunity to be here, and thank you guys for coming. A lot of you guys came from, far places to spend the morning with us. My name is Wan Chen. I'm from WD Craftline. I see a lot of us are set here strategically on the couch near the coffee. So smart people come to Improve Center to do the shopping, and you're at a great place. Everything Vitaly said is true. Listen to him. Great point. We're really lucky to be here with great companies. People provide quality product and services. So now I'm going to scratch all my talking points. Instead of talking about windows, I'm going to talk about doors. Especially difficult renovations when we want to change a window to a door. How do we do it? So we started as an installation service for other window companies about 20 years ago, and now we're supplying windows, vinyl, wood, aluminum, all kinds. We love custom jobs. We love difficult jobs. If you have one, we want to hear from you. So you're going to see some slides about finished job, and you're going to see some before-after shots when we change the window to a door. So I'm going to use maybe over here just to help us visualize a little bit. Why do we do it? How do we do it? And what is the impact? How much it costs? I'm going to give you some industry insight, help you plan it a little bit. Might not do it right away, but something to keep in mind that this is entirely possible. It's not as hard as you think. So sometime I want to change the entire layout. The kitchen is not here anymore. It's going to be on that side. This window is going to change into a door. Big headache. How do I do it? Is it going to be really messy? Am I going to sleep with a gaping hole in my house? Those are the questions that we get all the time. So I'm going to try to simplify this. The basic approach when we first start discussion is understanding your exterior material. Is it a brick exterior? Is it siding? Is it stucco? All of them require different tools, different approach. So I'm going to pick the most difficult scenario, which is brick exterior today, to give you a little bit explanation of how it's done. So when you see some of the pictures, a lot of time people think, only replacing window, but think about this as a possibility. How this opening affect our daily life? How do we interact with the space? What is the possibility if I let in more light here? Is it going to give me better access? Would I be able to get to my garden quicker without having to walk around the garage? Would I get more light to come into the hallway so I can see, shoes and see the kids play? Will I be able to get more ventilation? Or if I open it up too much, am I compromising on privacy? Do I see the neighbors or do the neighbors see us? So all of those things are factors that we need to consider. But it's worthwhile because if you're already spending money making the investment and this is the place that you want to stay for the next, at least 5-10 years, do not fear and do think about the possibility how widening it or cutting it down could change how we interact with the space. So once you made the decision, we typically do a site visit. When you decide to do it, the process day one, we're going to do the exterior treatment. We're going to leave the vapor barrier, we're going to leave the framing. So day one is really just brick rearrangement, cutting the brick down. You'll see some of the pictures showing up. It's on a loop right now. So the brick going to be cut. We're going to turn the edges so that the fresh cut is not facing outside. The old brick is going to be all turned, face the outside so it looks more natural once it's prepared. The top, you will need a new support, especially if you're widening. Let's say this window is now turned into a 3-wide window. If you're only cutting it down, then the top doesn't really need a lot of alteration. It's really the bottom. So that's probably an easier way to do. So in the most difficult scenario, when we whiten it, there need to be a new support to put in. So again, that's all day one. And then we have to clean up the brick, clean up the site, dispose it. But when we go overnight, before we bring the product, you're still going to have drywall, you're still going to have the vapor barrier, the framing in place. So on the inside, to your perspective as a homeowner living in the space, it really doesn't make a big difference. You might compromise on a little bit of insulation value for one night, but not a big deal. Okay, doors are locked, the windows are locked, we're safe. All right, so day two, we're going to cut the opening of the framing, we're going to prepare the sill. A lot of the time, if you're making this window into, let's say, a 2-wide French patio door, that has to be a new threshold put down. There's some different choices. Our sales rep usually go out and do the consultation with you. So we put on the sill, we put the product in, and then we do the interior and exterior finish. Interior, typically a standard trim is included. Exterior, we would do the cladding or capping, we call it. We bring the roll coil of aluminum, bend it on site, and custom finish to your condition of the house. So that's pretty much the process. A lot of people, once you go through it once, it's a lot less intimidating. And people like us in the industry, now I'm changing all the time. I already cut 2 openings of my house and I love it. My parents can go to the garden, do their watering, and my flower doesn't die anymore. So it's great. Do consider that. Any question before I went into a little bit more details about what the cost is like? Any questions from what we talked about? You asked all the questions about the doors already, yes.
Yes, so if I were to redo my windows,
yes.
Right now, so in my particular case, I did the whole facade of the house. So it's brick, and then the 3rd floor is stucco. But what I'm finding is, although the windows are fairly new, I get a lot of draft. Honestly, if you're sitting behind my window, which I have a couch right there, it feels like you're outside. And we did everything right. I mean, we put in insulation, you name it, we did it, but I still get a huge draft in the windows.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did get my windows at Home Depot. So I don't think I have the protection that you mentioned, but I need to redo them because there's a lot of draft.
There's a couple different things because people experience cold wear in Canada. We hear that more in the basement. 2nd floor is really unfortunate because that's our living space. That's where we sleep. So we definitely want to fix that. A couple quick way how we test for draft versus insulation, because if it's just cold, sometimes our body feel like there's a draft because we feel cold. So the draft is different than cold insulation. So we do a flame test. We light a little lighter with the barbecue thing.
I did that.
And if you see the flame move, then definitely there's a draft somewhere. The draft could come through the window, not closed properly, where we can inspect, or it could come with insufficient insulation, which is not going to be visible. We will have to remove the trim, remove capping. We'll have to inspect to see where there's light coming in. When the installer sprayed the foam, if they miss a tiny hole, let's say 1/8 of an inch that you can see light coming through, that could be draft. Okay, so it's very, very intricate, and there could be a tiny little thing that could causing the problem. So it's not an easy fix. We do have to do some inspection, but the treatment from insulation cold versus the draft cold is very different. So we can do the test, we can find out and get to the bottom of it. If you are interested to have a site visit, I have 2 of my best sales rep here, Dominic, Alex. They've been in business how long?
20 years.
20 years?
Almost 30.
Too long? So talk to them today, and love to help understand a little bit better how we can help. Any other questions?
What area do you service?
What area? What area? Ottawa to Bracebridge to Niagara. We have showroom here. We have a Niagara showroom. Our installation office is in Mississauga. We have beautiful patio doors in Milton, entry doors there. Where else? I feel like we're forgetting a place. And here.
Cottage Country, Sudbury, we did a big project in Sudbury.
Yes.
And Picton, down by Sandbanks.
Yeah. Does that cover it? Yeah. We have about 7 crew on the road, still growing. So it's it's an exciting business. We're all passionate about windows and doors. We can talk your ear off, but apparently I only have 15 minutes today. So
The unique thing is also that our crews are employees of the company. They're not subcontractors.
we have 2 business. Yes, Alex is right. We have 2 business. We started as installation, and the WD craft line is only 3 years old. But people that work here, we all know thing or two about windows. We also love wood windows. There's different perception. Older wood window do require a lot of maintenance, but in my house I have a mixture because vinyl window is very maintenance free. I put that on the back of my house. The front of the house I had wood interior with a clad exterior. It just looks a little bit nicer in terms of curb appeal. I wanted to maintain and do home improvement. There's one thing that's really important. I'm going to talk about how we plan for windows and doors shopping. It's not important for me to tell you which window is better, okay? You guys are smart consumers. You came here already. You got lots of options. So if you're spending more money, knowing why. If you're saving money, knowing what features that you don't need or it doesn't apply to you. So we're making smart decisions. The reason why I had the wood window at the front is because the details, the profile, and the curb appeal is not the same when you look at a wood window and a vinyl. Our showroom is near entrance F. Come take a look and then check out everybody else. So have your own opinion whether this is suitable for your home or not. How many people like gardening here? Gardening? Yes, there we go. That's my peeps. So when you look at gardening magazine, okay, all of the windows are wood windows. Why? They look beautiful. And they're expensive, yes. But they look beautiful. So check it out. It doesn't hurt. Shopping is free. You don't have to pay for looking. Okay, so cost. When we cut down a brick opening, okay, I'm going to give you good news. So cost is not cheap, okay? Prepare for it, save for it, and it's going to be worth it. It's going to bring you so much light, access. You'll love it. So cost is roughly $3,000, including the 3 things: lintel support, cutting the brick, and the sill. Right, so I was freshly prepared by Alex this morning. And also disposing of it and installation, whatever that you put in is going to be extra. So $3,000 to start just the brick cutting. If you have stucco, if you have siding, that's different. That's a lot easier. Okay, it'll be cheaper. So for brick cutting folks, if you're thinking about doing it, talk to Alex, talk to Dominic. We're going to give you $500 off today as a thank you for coming here, joining us on the beautiful Saturday morning. The sun is out. We want to help you make this project happen, okay? You probably planned about this for a while now. You're thinking about it. We want to give you extra motivation. So book the appointment before the end of the month, October, before Halloween come. Let us take a look and take advantage of the $500 saving. All right? Any other questions? All right. Yes.
So you open the windows and doors. Do you just also expand the windows?
Yes. So you can cut it down. Cut it down is not as expensive. Widening it's a lot more expensive because of the support. Yes. Good question.
Roughly what's the cost?
So the cost of widening it with the support, the brick cutting, the new sill for water management, $3,000 just on the cutting. Product and product installation is separate. But do mention that you came here today for the improved special with the $500 off. Yeah. If you have family and friends who wants to do it, please pass on the special. Love to help them as well. We don't have many more warmer days. Let's try to plan things out as much as we can and get the motivation and get the project going. So happy Reno. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for coming here today. I really appreciate that. I'm from Haute Couture Drapery. We have a unit here, 271. After the presentation, you guys more than welcome to pass by and have a look at the variety of blinds and draperies we have. I will speak about 3 points today. simple one. How do we pull cordless blinds? Since, I don't know if you know guys or not, as of May 2022, the government came out with the rule, no more cords in the blinds. So only cordless. It can be motorized, it can be as simple as cordless. You just pull it down. I'm just gonna hold it the right way. And then if you don't want, it goes up easily. So it's as simple as any child can do that without being hazard. Oh, what's gonna happen to the cord? He can put it around his neck. That's why government came out with the rule, no more cordless. When it came out, we were stressed. What's gonna happen? How people gonna do? So the government, the manufacturers came out with this idea, but also with a very, very amazing app that called Shade Connect. You sit on your phone, sitting on a couch, and it's working on a Bluetooth. If you want to see how it works, you can pass by the unit and I can show you through your app, sitting on a phone, the blind can go up and down. Very comfortable also when you have big windows and you can't reach it with the app. It's free. Compared to motorized, it's a little bit more expensive, but also very convenient. How do you choose windows for your room, for your home? What main points do you need to consider? Curtains and blinds should be practical and decorative. You want it to be nice and beautiful. And the things that you want to consider is how much insulation it has, humidity level. If the room is very humid, like kitchen, you want to make sure that the fabric you choose can stand with the humidity and not being destroyed within 2-3 years. Lighting depends on how much lighting do you want. If you want in a kitchen a lot of lights, then you can go with the zebra one that has a little bit of lights, right? If you want more lights, then you can just go with a plain one with no blackout. Also very important to know, like, what style is your house? Is it modern? Is it traditional? Cottage style? What style is your house? Based on that, you can choose fabrics, colors. If it's, let's say, cottage house, then you probably want something plain satin polyester panel. If it's a traditional house, you want to add some panels. There is a lot of things that you want to consider when you're choosing your blinds and drapes to the house. Depends on the style of the house you want to achieve. The other thing I want to ask, a touch point, is how do you choose blinds or drapes for these kind of big windows? What do you want to think about it? So really good option is to go with a motorized, because it's really impossible to reach, close them and up and down. This is very good point to go with a motorized. It is a little bit more expensive, but you invest once. For motorized, they can be battery or plug in. Vertical blinds are also very good for slide door panels, so it's really comfortable to use that. Classy looking panels for a modern house is really pretty. Just plain panels on the sides, and the sheer will look also very nice.
You mentioned something about the cost, like how much is the cost difference moving from hand operated to the machine operated blinds?
Right now, this is a little bit cheaper than cordless, than cords one, but considering that everything going up those days, prices did go up on the blinds because of the fabric-wise. Getting them to Canada a little bit more expensive. The labor is more expensive, but it is a bit cheaper than cords, because cords they had to add extra to it, right? This is very good option right now. Like, this is my favorite way of how you can use it. Very, very simple. And you just let it up. And it stops to the level where you want. It's not just, yes, you.
Can you keep the unit and change maybe
The fabric?
color or the
Yeah,
texture?
definitely. Yeah, definitely can be done. You have option like this is white, matching to that blinds that you have inside. You can change that as well.
I like sleeping in on the weekends, and I find that in the morning the squeeze around the edge of the blind. Do you have any recommendations to avoid that?
Unfortunately not, unless you put the blind outside, not inside the frame. But again, because they cannot do it very, very tight, it's a fabric that it moves, it will have teeny weeny that goes in. So a lot of people, what they do the blind inside the frame and then a very nice blackout panels on the sides of the frame. That's what I did in my house because I also like in the morning to have it dark and I wanted to be comfortable to sleep at least until 8, 9 when you have the option, right? So yeah, with the drapes, you close it and it's completely blackout. Yeah? Good? Thank you so much, guys, for coming. I appreciate your time.
So hello, everyone. My name is Sue. I'm the owner of Trendy Blinds and Closets, unit number 200 and 201. And then we have other locations, Kitcheners and Scarborough and Richmond Hill. And then today, I know we have a very short, limited time. I will cover 3 major good questions, and then we can talk about, hopefully, it's help you to choose the right product when you have the time to pick the window coverings for you, okay? So the first ones, they talk about all the window and doors. Once you finish the installation, so new windows, it's time to select the new blind and shade or draperies, okay? Then this is time, some customers ask me, okay, can we use your old blinds or shade? Yes, you can use it, but it depends how the condition is or the size, it fits your the window. So those are things that we can have to check your window, and then what product you have it, we can help you. And then nowadays, a lot of people has big demands for the motorization options. The motorization options nowadays, wow, too much things you have to learn and you have to understand. So the motorizations, all the motorization for the window covering, yes, we do most of the window coverings with the remote control, with the app control, and then a lot of things options for the motorizations. The motorization, you do it simple, operated by remotely, is remote control. The remote control is very simple. You just have individual shade, maybe can control with the one remote, up to 5 channels, 5 shades, so that you can do simply up and down or put the favorite setting. Whatever you want to set your limits or open setting or close setting, you can do it. Those are very simple. You don't need to have extra like programming, extra like device. Those are simple things, kits. You have a shade, you have a remote control, okay? And the next one is app control. If you want to do app control, nowadays a lot of people, they like to using your phone and then, the iPad. So those things, you do have to have small little device, which is, we call it communicator. The communicator, because those communicate is Wi-Fi, and then your blinds, they have a different communications, like the radio frequency. So those things are communicate each other. You need to have a very small little device. It has a different name depends on the company, but those things are translator, the communicator. You speak different language, I speak different language. We want to understand each other. You need to have those bridge. So those one, you have to separately buy it and then install in any places within your home in the center, so they can reach to the blinds and then communicate. So that you can do app control, then your phone, or even you can set it up the scene. Okay, I'm 7 o'clock, I'm get up. So I need to my shade up. So you can create the schedule 7 o'clock in the morning or make the shade up, and then 9 o'clock in the night o'clock, I want to shade down, you can create the schedule. Even you go to vacation, don't worry about it. You do the vacation mode, those things are automatically randomly open and close it, so that somebody thinks that you are still in your home there, okay? So those things are good. And then another option, if you have a home automation in your system, in your home, there's not a lot of people, nowadays they have a home automation system, which is, Crestron or Control 4 system. They have a nice platform. It can be add a shade operation as well. So those things, you can also add a scene Okay, make scene, okay, movie time, so that they can create the scene, shade down, lights turning off, music on, your projection coming down. Those things are, you can work with it. Those nowadays, all the program with this platform, home automation systems. So those things are nowadays in trend. So most of the homeowners, which is they're very interested in adding those motorization options, and especially you're create a new home, like a brand new custom home build or a big renovation. This is a really perfect time to add those hot wire options and then adding home automations. If you're not, then we have other options, which is battery operated. If you don't have any hot wire or I don't have anything, then it's still okay. We have options. So rechargeable motor, which is you just simply install it, then they recharge it only 1 or twice a year, like 4 or 5 hours. That's it. But you have to remember, once in a while, shade is not working. Then you have to remember, okay, time to charge it. So those things are the only thing that you have extra work to do. Then you're all set. And then the other option, just simply plug in. The simply plug in 110 volt, and then the low voltage 24 volt. There's a transformer. Those things are you can do simply can do it. Those are things that directly connect to your outlet, so you don't need to have a worry about the charging or remember when I charge it. Those things are all good. Remaining things we take care of it. We try to help you to what is the best motor for you, your home, and then programming for you, install it. Any warranty issue, any issue, we do help you. So those things we are expert of doing the home automations or the motorization options. So that's anything you need at your current blinds or new blinds with the motorization options, and then contact us, okay? So those things are today, so we discuss any questions before we move to the other. I know, they worry about also what if the breakdown, and then what about it doesn't work, right? Yeah? There is not many cases it has any major issue. That's why first thing, you have to find reliable motor manufacturer company. Okay, and then even any issue with it, they must have a nice long year warranty issue. There are normally 3 or 5 years of manufacturer warranty, and then any issue with it, and then you have to find the dealer that you purchase from, and they will deal with it. They can apply the manufacturer warranty, or they can do reprogramming for you, or they will find out any issue for you, then they will fix it for you. Okay, and then next thing, I will introduce also different types of pleats. Okay, I don't know how many of you guys have a drapery at home. You have a drapery at home? Okay, you have a drapery at home. So you probably will be very familiar. Where is the drapery? We're talking about the top heading here. Also top heading. So what is different from the top heading? Because those top heading, nowadays there is a new inventions of new styles we call ripple fold or motor wave. So I'm talking about today, what's the difference between pinch pleats and those motor wave. Because once you go, nowadays you go select your drapery, the last thing, first of all, you have to pick the fabric, you have to have the size, and those things are you initially discuss. But the last thing you are doing selects of what kind of pleats, what kind of heading you're gonna choose. So those things are things that you also have to think about it when it's suitable for your window, what kind of style of the pleats is good for you. So these are, I think these are very traditional pinch pleats. Everything I think you've seen a lot in hotel or in your home. There's a very traditional pinch pleat. Pinch pleats has many different styles. But those things is a very traditional look. You have metal hook here, and then you can adjust it. Depends on what kind of hardware you use it. Even you can cover your hardware, or you can show your hardware. Those also, you can pick what kind of a pinch style you want. You can create your own style too. So those things are pinch pleats, very traditional, like like we always use. It's been already decades. And then now, we have, it's called out there wave fold or ripple fold or S-wave, whatever that is. It's very nowadays popular over there because this ones, once you have this kind of tile wave fold, it creates S-line wave fold, and then it creates nice the vertical wave, and then also nice structure. So those things are very good for if you want to create more modern look or a contemporary look. And then this one also when you open and close it, it's easy to open and close it. And then once fully open, it creates a very narrow stock back. So those things are advantages of what you're doing, what you select with the wave fold. These are more like it's not been for long. It's more new invention, but nowadays very popular nowadays. So once you go time to have select your drapery, then you always have to consider what kind of a pleat, what kind of a top hat you are looking for. Okay. And then last thing, the questions. What are the advantage? Which is better for the window and curtains of the curtain? Which is better for window, curtain, or blinds? How drapery and blinds work together? There are blinds and drapery. They are working very well together. Especially the blinds. The blinds are it gives you very clean look. The blinds has, I think she explained to you, blinds has a different option for the lifting options. Nowadays, because of starting in May, the government has a restriction, so there are no more regular cord. You also have to have options, motorization for the high window or bigger window, or you use it every day. It's also better to add a motorization, but motorization it costs more. That you can't afford to every window with the motorization. Then you have to have option for the lifting option, cordless options or one cord option. There's a 2-cord option too. There's a few options that out there, so that instead of doing regular cord, you can have a different lifting system. Blind is always good because a simple look, and then you have more functionality. You can open it up halfway. You can open the pane, and then control your sunlight. And then you have a full like a closed setting. Then you have a privacy. And then they have a fabric has a UV protections so that you can protect your floor and furnitures. Those things are all good. Adding drapery, more better. Because adding drapery is you create your place, especially important area, family dining room, or like your master bedroom or living area. Those area is very good adding drapery. The drapery always makes warm feeling, and then also it's easy to tie with your furnishing and your home decor. And then again, those things are okay making your ceiling appear to higher, or your window looks like bigger. A lot of things that you can do with the drapery, so that we have very important area is spending money to adding drapery is good. It's a greater than just it look more like a complete look. So those things are you can consider when you go make decision to have a good window covering. And then if you have any consultation, and then contact us. We have a different location to cover and service, do the installations, and then do consultations, and then we give you right advice to select the good products for you. Okay? Okay, so that's today.